Hello, welcome to the Daily Crossword Live. We are live on TikTok, on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I see people joining already, especially on TikTok. D sent a heart. Thank you for that. I saw Mark liked the live earlier. Thanks for that. Welcome. I also see some new names in chat. That's great to see. This is the show where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. So my name is Jack. I will guide us through the puzzle. But these are always the most fun, the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue in this greenish panel here and think you know the answer, then pop it into chat and I will collect everybody's input and really try to make this a group solve. Andrew G saying, hey, Mark, thanks for following us. Yeah, I have a hard puzzle loaded. I expect this one to be pretty hard. If you're a new solver and you find that intimidating, I'd say don't fret because you'll find that when we all work together on these, we can actually tackle some pretty tough puzzles. I'm just going to make sure my chats are set up correctly. And we'll get started in just a second. Yeah, Mini is on YouTube. Welcome to you. Okay, I think I can say everyone. And Lucinda is here. All right, and DC, I think might, and Sybil are already diving into the puzzle. Okay, so let's dive into this puzzle. By the way, the title of today's puzzle is Oceanic Advice. The title is often a clue a hint at the theme, what the theme is going to be. So let's just keep in mind Oceanic Advice. One across, we have portion out 5 words. I see several different guesses in chat. David and DC saying split. Yeah, to portion out, you can split things up. And then Sybil saying divvy, which I also like. You divvy up. So we might need some downs to settle this. Hello, Vanilla and Volcanoes. How are you doing? Gil and Theodora on YouTube, hi to you as well. Okay, so maybe let's check one down and see how things looking. Airplane's path. Airplane's path. Only 3 letters, so I'm not immediately sure. Anyone have a Warthog says morning, morning back to you. All right, so airplane's path, and we have portion out. Lucifer saying nav, which kind of makes sense. Andrew G saying root RTE. Yeah, again, a couple of guesses. No unanimity, which is what I like to see when we put one in. Mark is saying difficult one today. Yeah, it's already difficult. Honestly, I find the first corner of these crosswords like particularly hard. Maybe it's because not as many people are in chat yet. Like we tend to get a swell about midstream. But yeah, this doesn't bode well for the rest of the crossword. Let's check out 2 down, or maybe it does bode well. I like a challenge. Feels like we earned it when we get to the end of a tough puzzle. Appear menacingly. David says arc. What do we think? Sybil says could be sky and share. Interesting. Portion out to share. Yeah. The problem is like, is I really an airplane's path? I'm not sure. I do like root. Oh no, we have so many disagreements. O sub on YouTube says arc. I kind of like arc too, just because like I can picture an airplane arcing across the sky. Sarah Tarab says, "Woohoo! I'm on time." Yes, yes, you are. Welcome. And Arslan says, "Hey brother, how are you?" I'm doing great. It's Saturday. We're solving crosswords together. What more could you ask for? Can we make sense of an A in this first corner square? I'm wondering. Portion out with an A, because I do like arc for airplanes path in the sky. I have a hunch actually. Let's see. Let's check 14 across, see if the R can check out. Shake awake. Shake awake. Mark says arc seems like a good one as well. Can't decide right now because the answer with share was good. Yeah, someone wrote sky crossing share. But yeah, okay, David and I are on the same wavelengths today because I was thinking a lot. If you portion out, you're allotting things. And that works nicely with arc. Again, these both could be wrong. It could be sky and share, but we do have some confirmation here. And then 14 across, shake awake. Arson says, bro, can you explain me what is this you're actually doing? So we're solving a crossword puzzle. I don't know if you've ever solved a crossword, but the idea is to fill in the grid with words and phrases, and you get a clue for every word and phrase. Every across and down entry gives you a separate clue. And we're doing it together. So I'm eliciting feedback. I'm also on TikTok, so that's a separate chat that I'm talking to. And everyone is chiming in with their ideas. Maureen on YouTube likes rouse. Shake awake is rouse. Yeah, I like that as well. Okay, now I'm feeling a lot better about arc. Now that we have two crosses that kind of check out, can we make it three? Arnold's swordsman. Tammy says, "Can you give me the name of the puzzle?" Yes, the name is Oceanic Advice. Oceanic Advice. Tammy on YouTube, I don't know if it's the same Tammy, says, "Saw this in the Morning Brew." Oh, I'm so glad. Is anyone else here from Morning Brew? Anyone other than Tammy here from Morning Brew? Yeah, Arnold Swordsman is Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Wow. I was wondering, like, what Arnold are we talking about here? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger was a swordsman, Conan the Barbarian in that movie. Wow. Okay, that's kind of tough. By the way, if you don't know what Morning Brew is that Tammy's referring to, it is a newsletter. They it comes to your inbox every morning. They give you the lowdown on that day's news. It's a quick read. It's infused with humor. I love it. I read it every day. It's how I stay informed. They also have a daily puzzle made by me. So I make the crosswords at Morning Brew and other word puzzles. So if you're an Arkadium viewer, I encourage you to check out Morning Brew. And if you're a Morning Brew reader, I encourage you to check out Arkadium. They put out a ton of fun crosswords every day and lots of other games as well. Wow, Heather is here from Morning Brew, the Music Abode. Karen is here from Morning Brew. Matt, awesome. Very warm welcome to all of you. I'm really glad you're here. And while I have a big audience, I might ask you to subscribe or follow wherever you're watching because that really helps us keep the show going. And we do this every day, every single day at noon. We're solving a fresh crossword, and if you follow us, it's a great way to stay informed about the streams. Okay, but enough rambling from me. Appear menacingly. Lucinda and David on TikTok are saying loom. Yeah, that makes sense. To loom over, you're like appearing menacingly. I kind of like that. Keith Allo here from the brew. Welcome, Keith. Three down, around 29.5 days to astronomers. Arslan asks, where are you from? Where are you currently living? I live in Jersey City. It's in the New York City area, so I'm across the river from Manhattan. Morning Brew's headquarters are also in Manhattan, so I go there occasionally. Tammy, thanks for subscribing. Okay, people on TikTok are given some interesting ideas here. Yeah, also Theodora and Heather on YouTube. We have lunar, yeah, lunar something I definitely like. We're talking astronomy, so and we have the LUN in place. But I have two ideas floating around. There's lunar month and lunar cycle. I feel like they're both very plausible. So we're going to need crosses to check these out. Nice thing about crosswords is you get two shots at every square. I'm debating though, do we do 24? Let's stick with where we are. We'll come back to cycle versus month and stick in this first corner for now. Put on a scale 22 across. David says lunar month makes more sense than cycle. Gabe, you're in Manhattan as well, huh? Welcome, New Yorkers. Put on a scale. What do we think here? Yeah, Craig and others saying rate. Arslan says, "Oh man, I love New York. I'm from Pakistan. Love this game, mate." I'm glad you love it. My wife is from Pakistan. I have visited. It's a wonderful country, and glad to have you here. Four down, stomping grounds for Godzilla. Stomping grounds is pretty funny because that's literally what Godzilla does. Stomps a little too hard on these grounds. At first, I don't think I would have known this if we didn't have any letters in place. But yeah, with the letters in place, Jamie's saying it kind of has to be Osaka. It's got to be a city in Japan, right? That's where Godzilla stomps around. I would have thought Tokyo at first, but it looks like it was Osaka today, stomping grounds for Godzilla. Almost too soon. All right, 20 across. This is likely a theme answer, partly because it's a long across entry where the theme typically lives, and also because it has oceanic. And remember, the title of the puzzle is Oceanic Advice. So the clue is oceanic. Give it an honest effort. Give it an honest effort. What does this mean? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. And what's 5 down? Core convictions. Core convictions. Am I frozen? I see chats. Alyssa says this one hard is harder than Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of crosswords get more difficult throughout the week. So this one is definitely a toughie. Let's see. Theodora says probably make something. Yeah, give it an honest effort. I kind of make something as well, but I'm not exactly sure. And Jim McKenna on YouTube saying convictions is tenets. That definitely checks out. The Miniest Mini is guessing some kind of idiom to do with a sea creature or something. Yeah, give it an honest effort. Why is it oceanic? What's that gonna mean? We might need some more process here because I'm kind of flummoxed by this. All right, let's do crosses. When in doubt, chip away at it slowly. Picked up on 21 down. David says I'd imagine it's some sort of pun. Yeah, maybe it's a punny crossword somehow. So we've picked up on also not that easy to see with so many letters and only an E in place. Let's go to a shorter one. Those are easier to see. Window pane holder. Matt Cottrell, give it the old school try, kind of like college try, but for fish. I like the way you're thinking. Give it an honest effort. Like give it the old school try, but it's a school of fish because we're doing ocean puns. I definitely like that idea. James saying sensed for picked up on, which actually fits beautifully, doesn't it? Sensed. It fits the clue, it fits the slots. I like it. Let's go with that for now. Window pane holder. Yeah, Heather and Theodora and Karen writing sill seems very plausible. David writes all caps brainwave. If it's ocean puns, it could be make sure to try, but shore spelled shore spelled like this. Give it an honest effort. Make sure to try. It fits. Make sure to try. My only problem with this is that it doesn't work with sill at 6 down. So what do we make of that? Alyssa's like, haha, that's clever. I agree. This is clever. I hope this is the answer, but can 7 down work? Shawl in legalese. Uncle Sam and the Real Rabbit and Ria are saying sash. Is sash a word for window pane holder? Could this actually be sash? If so, it's a new word to me. Karen on YouTube likes it as well. Maureen, okay. Maybe I just is sash like a frame of a window or something? I like to be educated here. I'm still not sure about make sure to try. Star Wars series Evil Force. 4 letters starting with an S. Okay, I think I know this one. Yeah, David is saying try the cross ones to see if it's sash. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go one at a time. 6, then 15, then 18. Tammy telling me the sash is an old school word. Heather saying it's a window frame. Okay, cool. Yeah, Sith. Sith is looking good for the evil force in Star Wars. Like Darth Maul is a Sith, right? What do we have here? 15 across is heaps to Hamlet. Tough puzzle. Definitely a tough puzzle. Shawl in legalese. Shawl in legalese. Morning brew, folks. Is this easier or harder than my crosswords? I think it's harder than the crosswords I typically make. But you guys would know best. Eagerly unwrap. Okay, let's see. We got some ideas. Vanilla and volcanoes. I watched it saying ample a bunch, but I don't know where ample is supposed to go. Ample what? Ample where? Okay, but meanwhile, Lucinda and Alyssa both saying tear, yeah, tear something, eagerly unwrap, maybe tear up or tear at, yeah, tear into, yeah, something like that. We can check 23 across. Piratic plaint. Interesting. Arturo says harder, I think. Yeah, this is definitely I think this is harder than the morning brew crosswords. That's why we do it when we're all together because we've actually made fairly swift progress here. I watch is saying make slight work. What do you mean? Melissa says, let's see. Oh, Theodora has an interesting idea. Piratic plaint is R. Wow. Like a pirate said R. That looks good to me. And then that would make this tear at. Okay, eagerly unwrap is to tear at. All right, we're slowly getting there. Things are starting to make some sense. Director Marv is like, I've never heard of half of these words. Keeps to Hamlet. And what is this? Shawl in legalese. Do we have a guess for this? Has anyone guessed and I missed it? Sorry if the chats are going too fast for me. Shawl in legalese. Bucky says a C for heaps to Hamlet. Ah, a C. This came up actually in a crossword earlier this week. It's from To Be or Not to Be, that famous soliloquy, like something against a sea of troubles. Take arms against a sea of troubles is a quote from Hamlet. And a sea in that context means just like heaps, lots and lots of troubles. So I do feel good about that. It is weirdly thematic in that we're talking oceans today. Bucky, thanks for liking the live. And then Flyboy and Mark and Sybil are saying is to. Shawl in legalese is to. Wow, this is tough. I guess like my client is to submit payments on, the 15th of every month is the same as saying my client shall submit payments. Is that the idea of is to? But whether or not, I think the downs have spoken and that it is make sure to try or something close to this. So, ladies and gents, we're getting ocean puns today. Make sure to try. Heather's asking, what's the clue for 18 down? Where's 18 down? Why am I not? 18 across, you're asking, sorry. Numbers nerd. Numbers nerd. What do we think? Yeah, but I also flashed 9 down, web troll on screen, and Alyssa and Bucky and David on TikTok. It fits nicely. Miniest mini on that. Who numbers nerd gonna be? Numbers nerd. Yeah, Pizza Pete saying statistician. Yeah, okay. Statistician. Yeah, it fits. Numbers nerd. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll try to not take offense at that as someone who enjoys math myself. We've narrow band at 19 down. Narrow band. Theodora is saying stats nerd. Totally different angle on the clue. Yes, numbers nerd. Yeah, but nerd is in the clue. If nerd is in the clue, it's not going to be in the answer. That's my problem with that. Alyssa's like, lol, I loved my college statistics class. Yeah, me too. Did I spell something wrong? All right, let's check some crosses. Sort this all out. 10 down. Dad not dude says stats geek. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, stats nerd I don't like because nerd is in the clue and they don't tend to do that, but stats geek could definitely be right as well. I sort of like this STR better than the ITR that we had with statistician. Stats bro, Theodora says. Oh, I was spelling statistician wrong. Gotcha. So then maybe we feel better about stats geek. We make sense of narrow band. I guess Lucinda says stream, vanilla and volcanoes, and babyface saying string. Hmm. Maybe we need some crosses. Let's go up here and confirm geek. How about that as a game plan? 10 down. You can leave now. So blunt. Feels so rude. Actually have a lot of good guesses for 19 down. Director Marv guessing straight, as in this kind of straight. And Eric Abel guessing stripe, narrow band. Apparently, there are a lot of narrow band words that begin with STR. I think we're going to need more information in that section to sort it out. So let's first kill this little corner, and then we'll attend to straight, stripe, streak, string. 11 down, sugar source. Sugar source. Hmm. I would have thought cane or something. I would have thought cane. Where does sugar come from? Dad Not Dude says beet. Is that really the answer? Sugar coming from beets? TikTok chat is flooded with beet. Everyone wants beet to be the answer. And yeah, now YouTube chat as well. Heather Black. All right, let's try beet. A sugar beet. Jamie says sugar beets are a thing. All right. And 10 across. Sarcastic, of course. Of course. Theodora's like, beets have a lot of sugar. Do they extract sugar from beets and like use it as its own standalone product? Yeah, Osub and Maureen say, I bet. For sarcastic, of course. Like, I bet. Yep, I bet that's how it happened. That looks good. And what was 10 down? You can leave now. Okay. I think I know this. You can leave now. Ooh, but people have another guess for 10 across of obvi. Oh man. A lot of disagreements going on today. It's really hard to know. But I like I'd go. Like I'd go if I were you. You can leave now. Let's test it against 16 across. With 65 across, particularly perceptive. Should we look at 65 across? See 16 across. Okay, not that helpful. Particularly perceptive. And what's 12 down? Change direction. Huh. Well, we might have some errors. We might have some errors. Yeah, 12 down and 13 down. Very dark. I'm not liking what we have. I thought I bet was reasonable, but it's just not. It's not feeling good with these downs, is it? Change direction. Yeah, AJ on TikTok likes veer, which definitely looks right, and the BV works with obvi, which a lot of people on TikTok were suggesting. Sarcastic, of course, obvi. Okay, I think we course corrected a little bit here. It was almost a dicey situation. Very dark. Heather Black saying it's a specific type of beet. I need to look up sugar beets after this. Maybe buy some. Yeah, and Matt Cottrell on YouTube and Milkman on TikTok both saying inky for very dark, which I like as well. So now Obvi has got to be right. And it's not I'd go. What is it? Particularly perceptive crossing. You can leave now. Yeah, A. Andrews likes keen, which we don't know what 65 across is yet, but I think keen makes sense for someone who's perceptive. And you can leave now. Okay, go. Yeah. All right. Whew. We almost got in trouble in that section. Nice job to all of you for catching some potential snags. Let's move here. Center of the puzzle. I think we survived. 26 across. Elitist. Babyface is like, you got this, Jay. Is that me? Am I Jay? You got this. I'm trying to steer us to the homeland, guys. I'm trying to get us there. By the way, if you are new here and you think you might want to see this again, do consider following or subscribing. Those two things. One, it helps remind you when we're live. We do this every single day at noon, and also it helps us. It helps the algorithm know that people are digging what we're doing. Elitist Marty Pendola says a snoot. Yeah, elitist is a snoot. That makes sense. Jamie, thanks for that part. And Mark, thank you for following us. Yeah, snoot is an elitist. I like that. No snoots here. We are a humble bunch. Show favor for 27 down. 27 down, show favor for. And what's 36 across? May time briefly. May time briefly. Very unsure about this one. Trying to think of what's in May. Mother's Day is in May. What else? Babyface says, wait, your name's Jack, right? What's the co-host's name? May is the other host. Yeah, my name is Jack, and May is the other host of the Daily Crossword Live. Okay. Heather Black and Warthog saying opt. Show favor for is to opt for that thing. You favor it over the other choices. Makes sense. And then the May time for briefly is spring. Wow. Okay. SPR, short for spring. Hi Kai Butterfly, thanks for sharing the live. Anyone else have friends or family who are into this stuff? Oh yeah, okay. We had a debate over here about lunar cycle versus lunar month. So it's time to settle this with 24 across. Keep from streaming. Alyssa's like, I'm opting for spring. Yeah, me too. It is still not warm enough in the New York City area for my liking. It's been all too rainy. Babyface, thanks for that gift. Keep from streaming. What are we feeling here? Heather Black on YouTube is very good, just consistently putting in good answers. You must solve my crosswords in a blaze. Some dude also says dam. Yeah, so keep from streaming is to dam, like you dam up a river, you stop it from flowing. Very nice. Okay. And the M, I think settles it. I think it's going to be lunar month. So kudos to anyone voting lunar month over lunar cycle. Very nice. Very nice. Should we check 24 down? Heather Black says, I love crosswords. I do too. I love crosswords too. Crosswords live right here in my heart. Evasive maneuver, 24 down. Jamie, thanks for that emoji gift. Evasive maneuver, dodge. Evelyn likes dodge. An evasive maneuver. Yeah, that seems very plausible to me. Although Heather guessing decoy. Prime ingredient says, yay, morning brew. Yes. Yay, morning brew. Again, do check out Morning Brew if you want quick, amusing news every day and crosswords by yours truly. Wind up on stage, 34 across. Normally, when I see this letter pattern, O blank, I assume odor. Odor is such a common entry in crossword puzzles. Yeah, Alyssa and Flyboy pointing out that decoy is more of a noun, or more of a thing, like a dodge. Yeah, decoy's not a maneuver. Flyboy says. I think I agree. I like dodge better than decoy. And wind up on stage. Yeah, Mark saying odor, but it just doesn't really make sense, does it? But Sarah and Uncle Sam saying oboe. It's a wind up on stage, not wind up on stage. It's a wind instrument. Very clever. Very clever. Yeah, Heather saying an odor would be a bad wind up on stage. Yeah. All right. I like oboe. I like oboe for that entry. 25 down, more or less. More or less. We got more or less. Yeah, CJ and Dad Not Dude and a couple others saying about. About kind of means give or take, more or less, around there. Yeah, Marty and Heather knew that on YouTube. Nice work. Should we check 38 across? Get another one of these ocean puns? Oceanic, stay flexible. Oh man, I really want to predict these. It reminds me of, those popsicles that have those lame jokes on them. And at first it's just the question you can see, and then you eat the popsicle and you see the answer. It's like some silly joke. I always enjoy trying to predict what groaner they're gonna have. It's kind of how I feel. Oceanic, stay flexible. Yeah, Vanilla and Volcanoes and Babyface and Crazy Cat Lady are all saying don't let something. Maybe don't be. Marty's like, no, stay on the downs. Yeah, it is probably over ambitious. Don't fret, Tammy says. Okay, yeah, maybe we don't have enough information. I'm trying to think. Stay flexible. I'm thinking like breezy. If you're flexible, you're breezy, and there's an ocean breeze, but that's not very good, is it? All right, let's go the long way then. If we can't figure it out, we go the long way. Ending like ula. Ending like ula. Okay, so we're looking at a suffix. Melissa is from Morning Brew. Welcome to Melissa. I'm so glad Morning Brew folks are here. We're all here to celebrate our love of crosswords, aren't we? Jessica has an interesting guess of et. Yeah, Crazy Cat Lady agrees. I like it for a couple reasons. We were already thinking don't here at 38 across. And et is a suffix. We're looking for a suffix ending like ula. I'm just not sure. I can't even think of words that end in ula, where ula is like a diminutive suffix. 41 across, plundered completely. Okay, I mean, that looks like gutted, which definitely works with the clue. Might as well check 44 across as well. Upper sky. Yeah, vanilla and volcano is like uvula. Exactly, but is eula a diminutive suffix in the word uvula? If so, that's news to me. There's like Dracula. Yeah, tough clue. Ending like ula is et. Never would have thought. But upper sky, people seem to like ether. I like as well. Yeah, Bucky saying hula hoop. So we have a million ula examples, but none of them quite giving me suffix vibes. 39 down is Barbie director. I know this one, or at least I think I do. I always have to be on guard with these hard puzzles. Like maybe it's, actually it's the Barbie film from 1953. But I know who directed the latest Barbie movie, and it does fit with the letters we have so far. Yeah. CJ Ben and some dude and Evelyn on TikTok are all saying Gerwig, Greta Gerwig directed the Margot Robbie Barbie film. Awesome. Mini on YouTube knew that one as well. Heather's like, that would be the recent movie. Yeah, exactly. That was my paranoia getting the best of me. CJ asks, what's the theme? So the title is Oceanic Advice. And so far, we have one ocean pun in the grid. So oceanic, give it an honest effort, is make sure to try. But shore is spelled like going down the shore, not SURE. So we're looking for another. Sarah's like, I'm about to cry, having to answer the phone in the middle of Crossword Live. Oh no. I think Texas Mom has a really good idea for 38 across. Don't get tied down. Oh my god, it fits. Look at that. Could it be? Tide, obviously TIDE, to make it an ocean pun, not ED. Oops. Not ED. What do we think? We'll check it, of course. But I like it. I like where your head is. Don't get tied down. Let's see if this T checks out. That'll be big, a big point in favor of don't get tied down. Theodora on YouTube's like, oh, Heather's like tied down is awesome. Yeah. Straight start. Yeah, Texas Mom on TikTok gets the shout out for cracking this pun. Nice work. Straight start. And might as well look at 40 as well. Aurora tidbit. Aurora tidbit. I think of an aurora as like the aurora borealis, a sky phenomenon of lights and the northern lights, basically. Ortho, straight start is ortho. It's a prefix that means straight, as in like orthodontist. Yeah, Bobby Cork is like ortho, as I'm braces giving you straight teeth. I like that. Oh, Theodora has a very nice idea for Aurora tidbit. I had no idea what this was getting at, but ion seems right. I guess charged particles are giving rise to all of those beautiful colors. Is that the idea? Yeah, Vanilla and Volcano says ortho like orthogonal. That's another one. Yeah, orthogonal means like perpendicular. So we're talking straight lines and orthogonal. Yeah, same idea. And by the way, don't get tied down is looking better and better by the second. Ooh, although Tammy says Aurora is ice, not ion. So maybe we should check 42 across to settle this. Tammy's like, oh, okay, ion. No, ice was a solid guess. Yeah, XT is saying charged ions interact with Earth's poles. And this looks like HOV lane. High occupancy vehicle is a freeway lane designation. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. What do we have here? Offer counsel. I think a couple people advise. Advise looks very good. DV can't be many things, right? Let's look at this new section over here. Satellite datum. Satellite datum. And it's crossing this controversial entry from earlier, a narrow band. We had like 6 different guesses for this. They all seemed pretty plausible. We now have an E in place, which narrows the search a little bit. What do we think? Yeah, Jamie's like datum implying one point of data, right? Okay. Heather on YouTube and Crazy Cat Lady on TikTok are both saying Stripe. Yeah, okay. Stripe was thrown out earlier, to be fair, to whoever got it earlier, but now that we have the E in place, I'm liking Stripe. And I also just saw a very interesting idea from Warthog saying apogee for satellite data. Wow, tough word. An apogee is like the satellite here is referring to something like the moon, a satellite orbiting Earth, and the apogee is the farthest point the moon ever gets from the Earth. I think that's what an apogee is. Satellite datum. Nice one, Warthog. Jamie's like awesome word. I agree. Very good word. Pretzel shapes at 30 down. Yeah, everyone says the highest point in orbit, I think, yeah. I think when the 2 bodies are as far apart as they ever are. Mark is like, "Every day I learn new words." I know, crosswords are great for that. Pretzel shapes. Where are my YouTube folks? There you are, Mari and Theodora. Rods, oh my god. Also, honestly, a very hard clue because when I see this clue, the first thing I'm thinking is a knot. I'm like, how could it not be knots? Pretzels are famously knots. Yeah, vanilla and volcano is like, wow, this one is hard. I think on my own I would be stuck. I agree. I like that. I like the idea that these puzzles are too hard for any of us individually. Probably not all of us individually, but many of us. But together. But yeah, pretzel rods are of course a thing, so that works. That works nicely. Case conclusion starter. Case conclusion starter. Thinkers AI, thanks for following us. Christine says, love it here. If anyone else loves it here, do consider following us. Liking the live, following, all that social media stuff. It's annoying for me to ask, but it does really help us. Case conclusion starter. Ah, I rest. Yeah, Heather and Marty. I rest, as in like I rest my case. Exactly. Yeah, Piers saying I rest my case. That looks good. Lucinda's like caramel dipped rods with chocolate chips are awesome. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That sounds great. Babyface is like tap the screen, let's get the lights up. I like the way you think, Babyface. All right, attach in a way. Okay, very vague clue, but we already have SEW in place, which does make it a lot more natural. Yeah, either so on or so in. I like so on slightly better. So I feel like that's the preposition I'm tempted to use, like you sew on a patch rather than you sew in, but we'll see. What was? That's a funny clue. What was? I'm assuming this is referring to the person that the unit Watt was named after. Oh yeah, it could be sew up as well. Jamie, thank you for that party hat. What Watt was? Evelyn is like James Watt. Is James Watt the person who studied, I don't know, electricity, I guess it would be? But what was he? Maybe Watt's job? Yeah, Babyface is guessing show, which fits, but it doesn't quite fit the clue to me. Shot? What is this? What Watt was? Okay, but Heather Black saw something at 31 down, self-engrossed. Heather saying egotistical. Yeah, that looks right. Egotistical. Oh, it doesn't fit. Self-engrossed. But ego something, right? I mean, we already have ego in place, which makes sense. Ego something. It's not gonna be egotistical, it just doesn't fit. Egomaniacal, Evelyn writes, we can try that. I don't think that's gonna fit either. Piers on TikTok is saying that James Watt was a Scot, like a Scotsman. So that opens up egocentric. Whew, nice. Nicely done, everybody. Yeah, Theodora and Heather like an egocentric on YouTube, looking good, and Watt was a Scot. Fun clue. Encampment array at 33 down. Okay. And let's just check. Half of nine. Oh my god. This is the hardest clue in the puzzle so far. I mean, we have all the letters in place, so it's not hard now, but half of nine. How can it not be four and a half? But yeah, Lay giving me the emojis for 33 down encampment array is tens, of course, and 47 across. Half of nine is ends because the word nine has four letters and half of them are the letter N. That wild? That's quite a clue. I swear, if we went to this one first when we had no crosses, I would be tearing my hair out how I'm going to fit four and a half in three letters. Very nice. Warthog is like, wow. That got Betsy to share it. Betsy's like, my friend's got to see this clip. Invigorant. Heather Black is like, love that clue. Hilarious. I like it too. Hilda, thank you for following us. Invigorant. And let's check 45 down. We might as well. 45 down is cross promotions. Today's stream is almost a cross promotion. We got Morning Brew in chat and Arkadium folks in chat. Arturo is like, I think I might have gotten 10% on this puzzle. Lol, y'all are so smart. Yeah, chat is very smart. You guys, you guys tend to know what you're doing. Theodora on YouTube and Evelyn and Gil on TikTok all saying tonic. Yeah, I think that works nicely. Babyface is like, so tonic invigorates alcohol? Yeah, something like that. Evelyn's saying traditional tonic would be the old Coca-Cola recipe from the 30s. Right, that's really invigorating, the old Coca-Cola. And Hilda's playing from Montana. Cross promotions, we still don't have this. Lay saying tag sale. Doesn't fit. Yeah, Mini wanted collabs, but it doesn't work with tonic. So what are we looking at here? Cross promotions. We could check 48 across as well. Jamie says, I'm an herbalist. Tonic fits from that perspective. Yeah. Ooh, Heather Black likes team up. Cross promotions. Yeah, my only I actually really like team up, but cross promotions is plural, right? It just doesn't quite work. Heather, I can tell you have very good crossword instincts. GameCube successor. Yeah, Wii. Miniest Mini new Wii. Andrew. Yeah, GameCube successor is the Wii. Nintendo. Nintendo, right? And what do we have? Cross promotions. Now we have a TI. Well, Texas Mom, who, by the way, gets all the credit in the world for seeing this pun, has another good idea for 45 down. Tie-ins. Cross promotions are tie-ins. Yeah, that seems right. All right, slowly but surely, we are making our way through this. Otherwise, otherwise, I'm tempted again to look at 52 across and see if we can get the pun from a mile away. We have like no letters in place. We have no letters. Jamie's like, go for it. All right, let's go for it. Here's, it looks like this is gonna be our last ocean pun of the day. Oceanic, find awe in the world. Nebvox, thank you so much for following us. Oceania, find awe in the world. Meanwhile, though, a lot of people on YouTube have good idea for 49 down. Let's just put that in first. Heather, Maureen, and Theodora all saying, if not, otherwise, yeah, I like that. So maybe this F will help us spot this. Oceanic, find awe in the world. Thank you for following as well. Earth, maybe? Yeah, that looks very possible. Earth, something like that. Find awe in the world. And there's going to be an ocean pun somewhere. What do we, yeah, this does look like life, doesn't it? Like life on Earth? Life on Earth? People, okay. Sea. Sea life on Earth? Something like that? Find awe in the world. Sea life on Earth feels a little wobbly to me, I'm gonna be honest. We'll find out. I do like the use of sea, though. That seems very possible. Yeah, Tammy's like sea life, etc. Yeah. Crazy Cat Lady says sea life's beauty, and Texas Mom as well. Sea life's beauty. Does that fit? Sea life's beauty. That sea life's, no, that doesn't fit. Oh no, it does. I missed the U. It does fit. Okay. So we got two possibilities here. Maybe we just take it out for now. And let's see if C checks out in the bottom left. Something to build on. Something to build on. And 53 down is emotion that sounds like the silver. I think this is state. The other day, this abbreviation was used in a clue, and I thought it was street, but I think ST is state in these puzzles. So, emotion that sounds like the silver state. Unfortunately, I don't know what the silver state is. Do you? Emotion that sounds like the silver state. What are we talking about? Oh, Bobby and Evelyn saying envy. Oh my God, Nevada? Is that what it is? Is that the idea? So the silver state is Nevada, which is envy is the state abbreviation, and that's sounds like the emotion envy. That's hilarious. That's a beautiful clue. Wow. Emotion that sounds like the silver state. Whew. You could build a whole theme around that concept. Something to build on. So some people guessing slab. Yeah, you can build on a slab of concrete. Not loving the LN. Miniest Mini on YouTube's like, wow. Yeah. Easy May says sight, which could also be right for 52 down. Let's see what we can make of 59. Undercover. Undercover. Heather Black is like, somebody Googled Silver State, lol. Do you think? There are enough people in chat that I like to believe that somebody knew it. Plus, I think the person who wrote it is very reputable, comes here often, and not one to look up answers. Undercover, incognito, nice, good word. Incognito. Oh, that fits beautifully. Bobby Cork is like, I got it first and I knew it. Okay, I trust you. Silver State, you knew it, and nice work, Captain Envy. Now that we have an eye at 52, sight is looking more promising, right? That was suggested earlier. Babyface is like, Bobby, well done, good sir. I love when chat supports chat. Tony Octopus is like, I can't type fast enough to cheat. That's good. Okay. What do we have here? Game of Thrones rating. Normally, I'd be a little troubled by seeing two consonants in a row like this, but this seems very plausible. Yeah, TVMA, mature audiences for Game of Thrones. Seems right. And we have, finishing up this section, we have ultimate height next to work assigned. Okay, I think we're gonna finish this off. Should we check? Oh yeah, wow, this was from ages ago. 16 across. What was it? With 65 across, particularly perceptive. Okay, so we had keen, and now this is the second one. Two-word phrase that means particularly perceptive. Keen-eyed is looking good, and that fills in everything harmoniously with ultimate height being acme, and work assigned is your workload. Cool, cool. Yeah, both chats are just flying with both. Joker is like, I just woke up, lol. We'll get some caffeine going and join us for the tail end of this crossword. We still have one more pun that we're not 100% sure on. We'll just check 56 down. Plan phase. Babyface is like, I remember Acme from Looney Tunes. Yeah, Acme was the fictional corporation that Wile E. Coyote buys all his crazy gadgets from. I have written clues for the word Acme with that angle, the Looney Tunes angle, because I think it's fun to remember like earthquake pills or tornado seeds or whatever it was that Wiley was buying. And Theodora says, "Oh, that's a Pokemon move, Pokemon ability. Keen-eyed, is that the Pokemon ability? Which one?" Yeah, plan phase is step. Looks good. Looks good. What's this? Fluid ounce fractions. Okay. I think we got this one just from the crosses. Frankly, not the easiest clue, but when you have crosses, they are your friend. Tablespoon. Teaspoons are fractions of fluid ounces. That makes sense. So Keen Eye is a Pokemon ability? I don't think I knew that. I used to play Pokemon. Oh, good point. Jamie's reminding me we actually have an E here. I took it out when I was erasing the options, but yeah, it Eyes does have an E in it. Thank you. Folks. This is weird. Folks can kinda mean parents or just general peeps. Ones. Oh my god. Like, everyone's means, like, all folks, is that the idea? Man, tough clue. Really tough clue. In charge. Ah, okay, okay. So it is people are I'm catching up to you guys, yeah. So in charge, looks like boss, and CJ on TikTok is like, "I got it." I think CJ was the one who, tried "See life's beauty," which is a beautiful pun. Oceanic, find awe in the world, see life's beauty. Do better than the other one, see life on Earth. I think this works very nicely. Fun ocean puns today. All right, we're in the home stretch here. Let's finish this last corner. On the horizon, 50 across. Gary Franks is first time here. Well, welcome to you. We do this every day, so come back tomorrow, not noon Eastern. I'll be here with a fresh puzzle. Hopefully, the same good company. Joker, thanks for following. Yeah, and following is the right way to make sure you don't miss the streams. On the horizon, soon. Yeah, Pizza Pete likes soon on the horizon. It's coming. It's nearby. That definitely works. Exerts no effort. Babyface is giving instructions. Love Babyface. Says Gary, follow the page and turn on the notification. Exactly. Then you'll get notified. That's what we want. We want all of you to come. Exerts no effort. Coasts. I like that. Not the most common use of that word. Yeah, Heather Black and the Miniest Mini knew that as well. Closing music. Closing music. And that is going to be crossing throat bug. We are in the home stretch here. Yeah. A lot of people, yeah, Miniest Mini. Theodore says it's an ocean pun. What's the the ocean pun coasts? That's a good point. Yeah. We had a couple. We also had a sea up here. Kind of little bonus pun moments. It's an ocean pun. Yeah, Heather likes outro crossing strep. I like as well. Strep is a throat bug. A lot of people on TikTok were also telling me that outro is the closing music. Love it. Love it. All right, only four little squares left. Everything Everywhere Oscar winner. I remember this. Remember that movie Everything Everywhere All at Once from a few years ago, won a bunch of Oscars, and this person was one of the stars of the movie and won an Oscar for it. I guess the title of the movie is too long to fit in a clue, so they abbreviated it. Abby G, thanks for following. Yeah, Evelyn was the first to get this one, I think. The millions many close behind on YouTube. Michelle Yeoh won an acting Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Looks good. 64 across. Small ensembles. Again, this might have been hard, but we have so many letters in place now that I think I know the answer. And 61 down is air pump abbreviation. And we might as well look at 67 across as well. 2014 Winter Olympics city. Okay, yeah, I think we got everything in place. Everyone from all corners. Sound keeps going out, Lucinda says. Oh, Nick says, sorry I'm late, just reading the morning brew. Well, Nick, you're in luck. We do this every day, so you can come back tomorrow and catch the full stream. If you follow us on YouTube or TikTok, then you'll be notified of the stream. We are just finishing up this crossword. Small ensembles looks like trios. An air pump abbreviation at 61 down is PSI, pounds per square inch, crossing Sochi, which is a city in Russia, where the 2014 Winter Olympics were held. All right, I always like a little drum roll. CJ on TikTok is already giving me the drum roll because we'll either get confetti if everything is correct, or we'll get a disappointing error message and have to hunt down an error. User 255 says, I saw you in Morning Brew today too. Yeah, and while I have you all hostage waiting for the confetti, I'm just going to do one final plug. If you're an Arkadium viewer, I highly encourage you check out Morning Brew. You'll see puzzles by me almost every day, but also just get educated on the news in a humorous and quick way. I love Morning Brew. And if you're tuning in for Morning Brew, check out Arkadium. They have awesome crosswords like this one, and tons of other games as well. So this is the collab of a lifetime. Here we go. I'm putting an I in. Let's see if we get the confetti. That's nice. Nice work. Well done, everybody. Mark is like, good job, chat. Good job. Izzy May says, where's Morning Brew TV? No, Morning Brew is a newsletter. So if you go, if you search for Morning Brew, maybe I'll try to put a link in chat. But if you search for them, you'll find a way to sign up for the newsletter. Andrew's like, Morning Brew da bomb. Exactly. Morning Brew is the bomb. Vanilla's like, hard work, but we made it. I know. That's always how I feel about these. They're hard work, but they pay off. And we got fun puns to keep us entertained along the way. Make sure to try. Don't get tied down and see life beauty. Yeah. Whatever inspiration. All right. I'm ready for the beach. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, we do this every day. So please come back. We'll have a fresh puzzle, hopefully another hard one. And thank you so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun.